Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally, it is the LumaFusion 3.0 update. And this thing is sick. Hello, hope you're all doing well. If you're watching over on Facebook, thank you very much. You can always jump over to YouTube and join the chat at the youtubes.com/Jade Starr. Or you can always watch the show live in the browser each day at howtoappoниos.com. Or you can even head over to Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoappoниos. You can also become a Patreon if you like. We had an awesome Patreon stream yesterday where I mastered a whole bunch of songs, and we had quite a few laughs, as always, and quite a heap of giveaways yesterday too, which was really cool. Hey, hope everyone's doing well in the chat. Let me zoom over and say hello. Yes. Joe, Glenn, hello to you. Thomas Christ, SM Borthwick, not a box. Scott, hello to you. Nina, hello. Sciatsif, and good to fucking see you. Anyone else? Let me scroll down. Barry Glenn, hello to you. Hambo Hounslow, hello. Hope you're doing well. Russ, my friend. I'm sure Russ is... I knew Russ would be here. I hope you've got a lot of questions. We'll have a Q&A for today's thing at the end as well, too. If there's any questions about LumaFusion you'd like to ask moi, I can help, hopefully. Anyone who I've missed? I don't think I have missed anyone. No. Did I say Thomas Christ? Hello. Auntie G. Hello, Auntie G. I'm sure a lot of you already use LumaFusion. If you don't, maybe you will after this show. All right, let's jump in and do the bizzo stuff. Any app price drops? Oh, shameless marketing. Kindercore's out. Kindercore's out on all streaming services. Look how quick it was before it's already on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, Amazon, Yandex. Oh my God. Thank you, DistroKid, for doing such a good job. So Kindercore's already out. That's really cool. I'm thinking of doing a video clip for Kindercore because, yeah, let's make it even more darker than what it already is. Any app price drops? There are a few today. So Low Fly Dirt, $4.99 to $2.99. Fly Tape, $5.99 to $1.99. Chompler, $4.99 to $2.99. Fly Tape 2, $5.99 to $3.99. Obi XD, which I had a look at a little while ago, which has a whole heap of sounds in it, which is really cool. $10 to $5, so half price. Maze Rider, OPL, TB Real Bus, all these stuff, all the Bleece apps are still on sale as well. Why am I so pumped up today? I'll tell you why. Let's jump out of this and let me tell you why. So I have an iPad, 2018, 12.9 inch. 512 gigabyte, and I've been juggling around 6 gig for the last year and a bit. Not fun. Especially when I've got that much room. So what's been taking up all the room on my iOS device, on my iPad Pro? LumaFusion, because I've been making a movie for the last 2 years, and it's quite a huge movie. It's like an hour-long movie. So animations and all this kind of stuff, and it's all been on the iPad. And I've been trying the old version of LumaFusion. Wasn't so much fun to move projects around. So I've been putting it off for the longest time because I was really scared of losing my projects. Well, with this update, I finally got the courage, and with my SSD, my Sprint SSD, it was time to start moving things across. So last night, I spent a good 5 to 6 hours making sure I was saving all my packages and moving across to the SSD. And today, I can proudly let you know, I now have 120 gigabytes free on my iPad. Wow, that is like, man, oh God, it's just like I just want to take it out for a test drive and fuck it up again. Jamie, dude, what's going on? So it's good to have some space back, but that is what part of this update can do. Can really help you save your packages and at the same time keep all your files that you may have downloaded. So let's jump in and talk about LumaFusion. So click on the button and have some coffee out of my Studio Live Today mug. Thanks, Pete. Tastes like Pete's bath water. Delicious. Peppy's back. Alrighty. So look at this. I've only got 2 projects in here. 2 tiny little projects. And one of them's not even something that I give a shit about. It's just something I've put together to demonstrate some of the features today. They're all gone. Where are they? I have actually moved them all across now to, if we go into the Files app here, this is my Sabrent Rocket Pro, which is permanently connected to my SSD. And when I click this video folder here, here are all the projects that were taking up 120 gigabytes, all in order. Look at these. These were all the projects filling my LumaFusion. Madness. As you can see, if I just stop through some of them, you've got 200 meg. There's a 4 gigabyte one there. So 2 gigabyte. A whole lot of packages that are all gone. I probably could have removed a whole lot more space by moving all those projects out. And the reason there's so many projects I have is because when you're making a movie, an animated movie, you only have so many tracks, right? And when I started making the movie, LumaFusion only allowed you to have 3 video tracks. Now it allows you to have 6, which has been like that for a while. So back in the day, I would have to do a project and have 3 video tracks, juggle them, mix them down, and then move those into another project with another 3 tracks and keep bouncing things, like bouncing in a recording, in a GarageBand, bouncing tracks. These days, it's a lot easier because we've got 6 tracks. So then some of them are just like 30-second parts. And so there you go. But now I have all this space, right? We'll go into how you can save your projects really easy and keep all of the information in there. Hello, Thomas Gillane. Let's kick off with one of my favorite new things in this update. Let me grab my pencil, which is here. So you'll notice just here, right in the middle, there's this little upside down T. It looks like an old Atari joystick right there, yeah? Where my mouse is. If you grab that, now I'll show you with my pencil, put my pencil on it anywhere, or your finger, and move that around, you can now resize LumaFusion like that. Oh my lordy. Happy days. We'll bring up a project in that window so you can see. And good Lord, you need to get to your files over here. Very simply now, if I want to change this look to a block of things, and I want to see what's in, say we'll open up, what do we got in here? Try and open up something with cache to media types. What do we got? So photos. Click on my photos. And there they all are. I want to get a good view of them. I can bring this right down, take up heaps of room, and really see what I want. And then once I'm done with it, I can move that right to the side and get a bigger picture. Super simple to do. Really fantastic. This is, it may not seem like a lot to some people, but you know, it's important. And the old method you used to have to do this was quite a bit more complicated. Down the bottom, you if we open up a project, you could only do it by clicking this little section down here. And you had these little windowed versions that you could choose from. You had 6 of them you could move around. Really, I don't know, I found it quite frustrating. But yeah, to be able to just get rid of that, and look how smooth it is. It's ridiculous. They've done a fantastic job with it. So that's the first update, and I reckon one of the best. I could do this forever. Look at that. That is fantastic. So you shouldn't have any problems with your projects now, seeing where everything is, getting lost. For those of you who don't know, we'll just make this bigger again. You are able to, down here, click and change the view type. So you can get a different view type of all your files. You get a long list that way, or a block list that way. And there's a lot of different features in the list here. So create a date, size, color. You can add little color coding to each video. So you can you can add color coding to photos, all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. Let's and this is really ace as well. To go back to your normal size, all you need to do is find that little T-bar and double tap it, and it goes back. Simple penimple. That's not even a word. Good stuff. All right, so what else is in this update that's really cool? Let's jump in and have a look at stabilization, because there is some really cool stuff going on here. So what I have done for you is I've grabbed a few clips here from Storyblocks, and I've looked for, and this is another great feature, when you hit the little looking glass here, when you're in Storyblocks, so you click up the top to, you've got your photos, files, hits this Storyblocks. So Storyblocks is an extra amount of money. Well worth it. If you're paying for Pixel, one of these places where you got stock footage, probably a good idea to, and you've got LumaFusion, have a look at LumaFusion Storyblocks, because there's a hell of a lot of stuff. And the best way to find it all is, so we'll click on, just change the look of this. We'll go into video footage here. And the best way to find stuff is, you've got these little categories down the bottom here, which you can choose, is the little search bar. And for me to find these videos, all I wrote in the search bar was shaky. So I was looking for video footage of shaky cameras, things that were slightly off. Yeah, pretty damn cool. So I found all these little videos that I could drag in that are slightly shaky, so I could show you the auto stabilization. Fun fact. So, you know, you can find a lot of great stuff in these videos. So if you type something like green screen in here, you'll find green screen videos and photos, yeah, of, look at this one. So this is like blood splatting. Really cool. Let it download. So you get all these blood splatters that you can add to your videos. And if I've done other videos, if you want to have a look through my LumaFusion playlist on how to use green screens in your LumaFusion, there's heaps of green screen stuff in here. It's really cool. There's photos, videos. So if you need like an image of an iPhone or something like that, there you go. There's a animated image of an iPhone that you could put in something in there. Really cool. Anyway, I'm getting off topic there. We want to look at the image stabilization. So here is, let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on. This is the video without stabilization. So there's no sound on this. And you can see it's just a little bit wobbly, just kind of up and down, more up and down than left and right. And what they've added into this stabilization is really sick. Just a fun fact. The actual stabilization that they've added is what you get on Apple's, oh God, I can't think of the name of it because it's so crap, who needs it? Apple's video editing software. What's it called? Thomas, you can help me. I've gone a blank. Brain's not working. God, I nearly said Final Touch. Man, there's too many softwares. Final Cut. Yeah, thank you. Final Cut. So it's the exact same stabilization stuff that you find. It's made by the same people in Final Cut. So bizarre that they've added this into LumaFusion when we're all hoping that Final Cut possibly comes to iPad. So how do we get to this image stabilization? There's a couple of ways. You've actually got down the bottom here, you'll see all these little things down here. This little folder with a star on it, if you click on that, you get a whole bunch of effects and stuff. And across the top here, this little button here is your stabilization. So you can get to it really quickly from there and just add stabilization that way. Or you can actually just double click on your image, on your video, and the same image, this little folder, which you saw down below, that is your image stabilization. So now across the bottom, you've got your frame and fit, you've got your sound options, you've got stabilization, which they've added in there, and you've got your color and effects and all that kind of stuff. But in this stabilization, the presets that you get up the top here are light, medium, strong, light shutter, medium shutter, and strong shutter. And it is as easy as choosing one. So let's just, off the bat, click on the medium, and it does this little tracking dominant motion. So it's very quick, as you can see. Now, remember too, this is not always perfect, because ultimately you want to have the best possible video recording you can get. This is to, fix something desperately in post, right? It's not always going to work, and it depends on how shaky something is. It depends on like if there's color variance, if you've got the sun coming in, you've got different colors, because you may get some warping, and I'll show an extreme of that. But let's have a look at it now with this on. Wow. Quite a bit different than the image we saw before, which was quite up and down jerky, yeah? And you can turn this off. So we'll stop that. And there's a little off button here. So now we'll go back and play that again. Yeah. Massive difference. I mean, I was literally blown away by how cool that is. You can turn it back on. And once you've picked one of the presets, it actually, you can switch between them and change to strong, change to light. And you can see when you choose between them, this little meter here goes along. So if we have a look at the strong one, now you can see it's not as good, because you can overdo these things, right? You can really overdo it. And the way the medium one's probably going to be the best out of these. If we go back to the start, definitely much smoother. G'day, Stu. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure you'll find some benefits out of all of these cool updates with this. So look how smooth that is. It's literally beautiful compared to what it was. And you can see there's still some jitter there. If it's going up and down crazy, it's not going to be perfect. And each video is going to be different. Excuse me. So let's have a look at how they do this, yeah? What's the magic behind the deal? So you've got a whole bunch of extra features underneath here as well. So you see this advanced strength and advanced scale. And the way it works here, have a look at this advanced strength. So not only is it doing, g'day Guzzo of Oz, good to see you. Not only is it doing the horizontal strength and the vertical strength, it's doing a rotational strength. So it's doing it around as well. Hello, Kev Hart. So it's taking a look at, you can really change this yourself. If it's only going up and down or left and right, you can change the vertical or the horizontal yourself. And if the camera's kind of moving around in a circular kind of motion, that's where this rotational strength comes in as well. And you can see when I pull these down, it's actually zooming in as well to compensate for the stutter that you've got, yeah? And you can actually zoom in on here as well. So you've got some, heaps of functions there. And what's really good, once you've turned it on, you can do this in real time. So you can see straight away, look how much more jittery that is. Let's turn them all back up again. It's really incredible. Not perfect. Not perfect. So you've got some more features down here. You've got like a smart scaling speed. I haven't really delved into this. The features are so bloody good just alone. Just picking these straight out is, it's not rocket science. You can actually save your presets as well. So we'll just close these down too. So if you stuff around with it and find something that you like as a preset, you can always go in here and click the star button and then save your stabilized preset. So we'll call it my funky fix, man. And hit the little star, and now that is saved as a preset. And you can get to the presets, your own presets, by clicking on the star here. So there's the ones that you get, and here are the ones that you save just by going left and right. So that's image stabilization. We'll jump over. Let's have a look at some other images. And what's cool too now, so we'll click on this next image. This is just an image of somebody running. We'll show you this one. And what I want to show you too, remember at just a few seconds ago, I showed you down here, you can get to your image stabilization down here. Now, when you click on this little folder, if you've got your own presets, they appear up the top. So you can see my funky fix is sitting there. So I can click on that anytime I want, get to it nice and easily. Let's have a look at this particular video. We'll double click on it and open it up. So yeah, you can see it's quite a bit shaky, and this is of a guy running across the screen. Hi, nothing pretty about synth. So there's this poor little guy running around, and whoever's holding this camera is desperately trying to capture this wide shot, and they've completely fucked it up. It's terrible filming. Now we can add stabilization to this, and let's see what a difference this makes. Again, nice and quick. Tracks it really quickly. Go back to the start. Of course, it's not going to stop the up and down, but look at that. It's a whole lot smoother there. That poor dude nearly fell over. I didn't notice that before. What the hell? Can we zoom in on that? Let's zoom in on that. I'm gonna. All right, let's hit play. Where does he fall over? There it is. There it is. He's doing the tumbling fall. Let's bring that in a little bit. What the hell? Look at this poor guy. All right. Oh my God. Here we go. Boom. Boom. So even with it zoomed in like this, if we turn off the stabilizing, let's go back here, turn it off, and we'll play him falling over again, falling down. Look at that camera wobbling. So definitely not so stable. We turn that back on and go back. Massive difference. It clearly is. Wonderful. Look at that. Yeah. Sensational. I mean, you know, for the price of LumaFusion, to get this kind of technology is just fucking amazing. DG thought it was a dog. Sorry, DG. I didn't even know there was a guy running until like about 5 minutes before the show, and I was looking at this video for about 20 minutes last night. So, all right, we'll jump in and have a look at another one, because I want to show you an example of it not working so good. So here's an image of this lady here. Hopefully we'll get one that's kind of warping. Now there's not too much movement with this. She looks so sad too, doesn't she? She shouldn't be. She's got her face mask on. She hasn't caught the dreaded C word. Let's add some image stabilization to this. We'll just go with medium. Just start with medium and you're good to go. And then, as I said, you can choose less if it's too much. So it hasn't made much of a difference because there's really not too much that was wrong with this. Let's try it on strong and see what it does. See if we can get it to warp the thing. You can kind of see to the left and right, things are starting to get a little bit warpy. Like it's trying to. So, especially with some wide shots, and I'll show you with a video I shot last night exactly what I mean by this. Let's jump into another one here I have. So you'll definitely see it with this one. Yeah. So we'll play this as it is. Now, when I add it to this, just have a look at the sides, because it's already quite a wide shot, and the way that she's walking through this door, you will see what I mean by warping. So we'll add medium to this, let it do its thing. And I'll add some strong to it. Let's go in here, and now we'll make it full screen and show you what I mean. So can you see that now? So it's starting to warble a little bit, just as it kicked off there. Especially wide, very wide shots like this here, you'll get that. So I got this last one here of this little girl and a friend. You'll see it definitely in this one too. Let's get out of here. Open this up. This was just before kindercore. God. We'll put this up full too. And come out here. So even with this one too, you can see a lot of stuttering. It's trying to overcompensate when it doesn't need to. So yeah, you can see it's kind of jittery, so you can actually overdo it. So you've got to be really careful with it. Definitely be careful. Like with anything, it's like with music too. Try and get it right at the source. And try and get your actual filming of the thing that you're trying to film right at the source, and then you don't have to worry about this. But, you know, it's just a wonderful thing to have. So this was just on some clips. Let's throw in the video I shot, which you'll really see some issues, which only was because of the time of day I shot the video. I did it really late. I kind of left it way too late. Are we in my photos? I think it's this one, 24. And we'll throw this in the timeline here. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And we can resize like that. So here is my video that I shot outside. And you'll definitely see here that because of the sun and the coloring, when I add, so here it is without stabilization. Now you can see the colors are all kind of messy, and it's already kind of looking like it's warping. That's not me farting in the thing. So you'll see now how this, because I was trying to push it to its limit, how much it kind of makes this look even worse. We'll come out now that I've added that. We'll go full screen, and here it is with the stabilization. Oops. Go back. Back. You can definitely see it's warping on the sides here. And yeah, Kev, I'm sure Kev's sitting there going, what the fuck? That is some terrible... See how it's kind of warping and getting all confused. And I think that is due to I didn't even think about this. I had actual image stabilization on my iPhone while I was walking with my stick, with my selfie stick. So that's not going to help too. So image stabilization on top of image stabilization doesn't really help. But look, it's an amazing feature. I think it's brilliant. It's something that I didn't know I needed it until I did. So let's have a look at some audio, because audio is something they have really pushed the limit on, and there's some issues with it, because I want to talk about that as well with the AUV3s they've added, because now they have allowed you to add AUV3s to your sound. So we shall go into my imported section here. And I think, where is it? It's in audio share. So I'll just bring in a song. Let's see, what can we bring in? I'll bring in just this DreadCircus song. Drag it in here to go along with these videos. And we'll just have a quick play of that. Cool. So when you double click now on the audio, you'll notice straight away a big difference. You are given this new representation of your WAV file of the audio. Looks so much better than what it did before. It looks like they're actually starting to give a shit about the audio. So that's really nice off the bat. It's very clear. I off the bat, just think that's sick. So you still have all the same things that you had before. So you can see here you've got dynamics processing. So they've actually moved all this into separate folders now. So it's a lot clearer to know what you're looking at. So you've got your dynamics processor and your limiter here. You've got delay, distortion, and pitch. You've got all your high and low pass filters. So these are all things that were already there before. But over here, this little plugin, this little picture of a plug, as you can see here, tap the add plugin button below and add organize third-party plugin effects. Oh goodness me, third-party plugins for my sound. All right, so disclaimer. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's some issues with it. A couple of years ago, LumaFusion tried to release this, and they released the update with the AUV3 option in there, and it basically crashed LumaFusion, every single plugin you put in there. It was an absolute shitstorm. It was a disaster, and they removed it very quickly in their next update. And here we are a couple of years later, and they're giving it another shot. Have they nailed it? Not yet. Will they totally nail it? I don't think so, because it's pretty hard to get every AUV3 to be compatible, okay? Because there's a lot of AUV3s out there. You can't, obviously you can't add an instrument or a keyboard and play a keyboard in here. So you're looking at more effects and stuff. But there are more complex effects than other AUV3 effects. There's things like fab filter effects, which are very complex EQs and stuff, and there are AUV3s that take up a lot of memory. So that's going to be a problem. There's clearly an issue with the UI. Let's show you how to do it, and I'll give you some examples of what's kind of working and what isn't working. So all you need to do is click on this little plus down here. Hello, I am Stephen Tucker. Hello to you. And this brings up this new menu, which gives you all of your AUV3 plugins over here to the side. So as you see, I've got a heap of them installed on my iPad. And to select what you want, it's very easy because they're all unavailable at the moment. And you'll find this drag and drop method is a brand new thing that they've included in all of the menu systems here. So let's, for now, grab something simple. Let's grab this Blamsoft Zero Reverb. So you grab it and just drag it over. Boom. There it is. Now when you close out of there, there is your AUV3 plugin just sitting there waiting to use. And if you click on it, it gives you a visual representation of the AUV3 plugin, and it gives you a look at it over here using LumaFusion if you prefer. So you can turn these here, and as you see when I'm turning them here, they're moving over here on LumaFusion. And when I move them over here on LumaFusion, can you see what's not happening? When I'm moving them over here, they're not moving over here. So there's some issues. Boom. Hey hippie, what's going on? So there's definitely some issues. What I have found, the biggest issue with the plugins, when you choose presets. Presets seem to make the UI go fucking mental, and all these little colors here in each, they just start flashing and going crazy. I'll show you an example of that very soon. Right, but let's show you how it sounds. So we'll turn the mix down here, just hit play on the song. Maybe. There we go. So if I turn up the mix, we should hear. Definitely working. So see what I mean? I'm moving this input delay, and look at the representation of the UI. It's just flashing, it's shitting itself. So there's definitely an issue with it, yeah? Certainly an issue, but it's definitely, it's working enough. So while we're in this one, let me show you something really cool, because you have little keys along here. If you've used LumaFusion for doing any animation or adding effects or anything like that, you'll see along the timeline here, when I scroll along here, so when we move this along, you can see me moving along the timeline. Down the bottom here, you have these little key buttons. And the way to use these, check this out. What we're going to do is, I'm going to start off this song with no effects on it. So down the bottom here where this little keyframe is, I'm going to click that, and you'll see it puts a little dot at the start of the timeline, yeah? So that means whatever is on, whatever settings over here on the AUV3 are set on this dot at the beginning of the song, that is what you're going to get. Now if I move along the timeline and add a dot, so once you've added a first one, you get this second option here for a second keyframe, and I'm going to add a keyframe in there. And on this keyframe, I'm going to turn up the mix to about 61%. Now see, when I did that time, the actual mix moved then over here. See, it's moving, but it's just, it's delayed. Right, so why am I doing this? If we go back to the song now, you see we've got this little keyframe here at the start and a keyframe here. Now when I play the track, the reverb will slowly come into the song. And you can see over here, the little mix button's moving by itself. So I'll stop that there. Now, if I move a little ways along the timeline here in this edit screen and click, say, about here, and now if I add another key there, and now go to this mix, now that we're sitting on this third little keyframe, I can turn this back down, and you'll hear it'll start dropping back down. Awesome, awesome stuff. Automation of your AUV3s. Super sick. So with AUV3s, I think for now, until because they are looking at fixing these AUV3 problems, so they've said that they're going to try and fix them. For now, just you know, if you've got LumaFusion and you're going to want to try the AUV3s, just think smart. Try and use some stuff that you know isn't you know, hungry on CPU, and you know, that's the best way to go. I know you're asking, does it work with Black Hole? I'm glad you asked. Let me remove these keyframes. So to get rid of these keyframes down here at any time, you just click the first one here and gone. All those keyframes are off. Bruce Free's interesting. We'll try it. Let's try doing this. What have we got? So interesting because I don't have any vocal on here, but what I can do, can I do with that? I don't think I can do that. We'll try Bruce Free. Let's see. Maybe I can find some spoken word on here as well too. Where are we? Did I go past it? This is the other confusing thing too. Finding Bruce Free in the list. I'll just grab this one. We'll grab Black Hole as well. So I'll drag Black Hole over there. I can't remember where I saw it. God, who makes it? I should know that. That's terrible. So I tried Tonebridge. Oh, Clevgran, thank you. I tried Tonebridge. Tonebridge actually works. Guitar distortion, it actually works. It's weird. There we go. Brush free. So drag that over. I'll just show you Tonebridge. Just, you know, it turned everything into distortion. There it is, Tonebridge. Cool. Hit the X button and you will see all of these AUV3s pop up. So we'll just and to get rid of any of these too, once you've clicked on one, you'll see they appear down here. And if you click on it, you see a little garbage bin here. Just click the bin and that gets rid of it. So now we've got black hole on here. And you should. Boom. So all the black hole ones work really well, and you can see everything's kind of working there. Again, with the buttons, what I want to see, because I haven't tried this out, let's have a look at their factory presets, because this is where I came up with problems. If I click a preset now and hit play, look at that. It's off. It's racing. So it's clearly a graphical glitch that's going on whenever you pick a preset. And how do you fix it once it's doing that? I'm going to show you how to fix it. You've actually got to go in and touch each one of them. Any one of them that's freaking the fuck out, and they'll stop. It's annoying, but yeah. And again, if I go to another preset, and they're off again. So it's clearly an issue with the graphical stuff. But let's close that out. Let's see, brush free. Does it load? There's brush free. So it seems like it's working. Now what's hard is, do I have any... can we go in here? Are there any spoken word audios in here? Let's see. We're going to story blocks. I don't know if there's any spoken audio stuff. Sound effects. Maybe. There we go. Are there any talking kind of things in here? I have no idea. There's so much in here, it's ridiculous. No. Speaking. Here we go. Phrases. See if we can find something a bit longer. These are all like 2 seconds. Conversation at a cash register. Japanese numbers. I know it's just one number at a time. Probably not a good example. Okay, cool. Let's just try this. Congratulations. So we'll drag this in to our timeline here and use our lovely screen to zoom in on this. So I'll double click on this file, head over to plugins, click on brush free, and we'll play this now. I'll turn it up a bit.
Congratulations.
So it's got no noise behind it anyway, which so it looks like it's going to work though. It's is it? It's how do we do it now with this? Use custom control.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
It's definitely working.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I held it down for a second there, and it's definitely working.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah. Awesome. So it does work. Let's, to be weird, let's throw on Tone Bridge. So I've got Michael Jackson's Thriller sound.
Congratulations.
Cool. So you can go in here and you know, if there's some clean guitar, if you found a clean guitar track, can we do that? Can we go into story blocks and find maybe bring this down? Oh, we can find some music. We should be able to. What do we got? Story blocks. Hopefully I don't get a claim for any of the fucking music on here. I shouldn't do. We want, what do we want? Some music. I shouldn't get a claim. Cool, we'll just grab this, drag it in, let that download. Take a second, and then we'll run through the last few things on here. So if I double click on this, go over to plugins, add Tone Bridge, and hit play. I could go in and pick a distortion. Now let me show you an example of something not working, yeah? Which is, let's quickly add Fab Filter. Let's do that, because Fab Filter will crash the fuck out of your project. Tone boosters, there's a bunch of them that will do it, and this isn't a slight on Fab Filter at all, but it's just, that's what's happening at the moment. So if we drag, hello Brad. So if we add Fab Filter here and hit play, you can see nothing's holding here, and now when I try and hit stop, it's not stopping. I can't remove the plugin. I can't. It won't. It's completely crashed. So yeah, I can't move anything over here. It's completely kaput, and it's just going to stay like this until it crashes. So it'll eventually just crash out. See, on anything I touch, and the only way it seems to fix it is, and see, I just shut that down. I removed it, and look, music's still playing. So there's definitely an issue with that, yeah? And it comes up here. Third-party audio effect may have caused LumaFusion to exit. So tread lightly. And they are saying they're looking at fixing it. So that's a good thing, yeah? Let's go in and have a look at the other cool sound stuff we have in here. Let's go back to this DreadCircus song. There is an improved graphic equalizer. This thing is absolutely sick. Check this out. So you are given this beautiful graphic equalizer when we hit play. Again, you can use the sliders over here to move stuff around. And like I described before, you can even set this all back to 0, and you can add key points in here, and you could change the equalization as the song goes. So you could set a key point there, set another one here, and totally change the EQ of the song. So now when you go back to the start and hit play, the song will gradually re-EQ, and you'll see the graphical, you can see it's starting to move. So you can do all that with all of the effects that are built in with LumaFusion, like the dynamics processing, the limiter. Graphic EQ it's wonderful. It's really good to have a great representation. So that's that. And you can see it all moving. That's cool. Okay, we'll get rid of those and let's bring, I'm not sure, I think to bring everything back to center, you just double tap over on the, over here on this panel and everything goes back to normal. Normal. All right, what else do we have? We've got a couple more things to go through. So that is your sound. Let's have a look at this very small function, but something which I think is long overdue. I think this is absolutely sick. So we'll head over here to this video and click on this first button down the bottom, the frame and fit. Now, if you've used LumaFusion before, you'll know these sliders, if you're changing the size, they can be really finicky if you're trying to get a certain size and you're moving it around. And they added these little arrows in a while ago. But again, you're still only clicking by a point. And that's a bit of a pain in the ass, yeah? Now, on every little slider here, you will notice, and this is across the board on everything, there's this little pencil up here up the top. And now you can click this little pencil and it brings up this, which is uniform throughout the whole thing. And you can just type in this numerical keypad, whatever size you want, 100, and enter. Oops, didn't mean to do that. 100, go, done. I can go 50, done. Really nice. And this, check this out as well. So if I want to keep this size for the next video, say I want this is, I've got an inset here and we move this across to this side here, right? Say I want to keep this video here and then do the next video to follow it to stay the same size as this. You can actually go in here and save presets. So I can see where this, where actually in here, up here where these blank spaces are, if you hold down and then let go, you'll notice a little 50 has appeared in there. So now anytime I come back, that little 50 will be waiting for me. And then if I choose the pencil above here and hold down, that's at 0. And then if I do the pencil above here and hold down, and choose that and then hold up here, that's at 50.6. So I could then go into the next video, click on the little pencil icon, and all those presets are just waiting for me to go in and bang. It's really easy to get things to move into that. So seamless little inboxes changing. Oh, that beautiful, super cool, yeah? It's a very small thing, you know. I know a lot of people are probably going, that's not that exciting. Very, very exciting. Man, I can't tell you how many times I've sat there with those fucking arrows, pressing, just going, oh my God. 11 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Crazy shit. All right. Let me show you something else, which I think is ace too. So this is a little hidden feature. If we head over to some of my photos here, and I've got 3 videos here. 3 videos sitting up here. Whoops. 3 videos up the top there that I want to drag into this project, right? So to select a large number of, because normally you just select one photo and you get a representation of it here, yeah? If you click down here on this little tick, you get the option to select multiple. You can select all or select a group. So now I've got 3 videos here that I can bring in all at once. And this is super cool, yeah? Now that they're selected, I can use my magic realign tool. And over here, this is your little button to drag these images in. Now, if I hold down on this, you get this little secondary secret menu that pops up that says insert to main, which will put it into this, remembering that it'll put it wherever your marker is. So if I did that right now, insert to main, it put those photos right there. Let's undo that. And if I hold down again and now move to the end of here, yeah, and now hold down there, it will put insert to main and be at the end there and fit nicely there at the end, right? We'll go back. You've also got the option, if you hold down, to overwrite, and you can overwrite or place on a secondary, and it puts it on the track above. Really cool. Nice little hidden feature there, which I think is really ace as well. So we're at the final bit here, and the happiest bit. Oh, there's actually two more little things we'll run through. Let's close this project out. Actually, let's show you how to save this project. So if you want to save this and get it off your iPad, they make it super easy now. So down here with this little arrow up square button, if you hold down on this, you've got LumaFusion Project Package. When you click on this, you're given it's a new kind of option page. You've got these little options everywhere now. Add, edit, destinations. And again, like the AEV3s, all of these for me were actually over here. But I've moved all these across, and you can drag these extra things. So if you've got a SanDisk, I expand, you can actually add more things in here. But because I've already got the Files app in here, that's cool. So I've got the Files app. Let's go back. And if I choose Files, it now allows me, so the next screen that comes up, thank you very much, Guzzo of Oz, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You can actually save the full project with all of the videos and images in there. So what happens is if you chop an image and cut a bit out, you can actually decide if you want to save the trimmed media or the full media, right? So it's always good to do the full media, so you've got it all. It tells you how much there is. And if I hit this button here, in the Files app, you've now got this little link here that says add link to folder. And you can go into your Files app and choose where you want to go. As you can see, I've got my SSD, my Rocket Pro. So I can say, yep, I want to move this into there. So I'm going to select this folder. Or you can fine tune and go in and create or pick a folder within the folder, or you can even make a folder. So let's just call it new. And there's new, and I can click on that, hit done. And now it'll put it into Rocket Pro, and I hit the little arrow up here. That's saying it's invalid. There we go, Rocket Pro new, that one. And off it goes, writing the project and saving the entire project. Boom. So now, essentially, and project's complete, it's now on the hard drive. I can essentially go in, get out of this project, and I can remove this project. I don't need it anymore because it's all saved. So let's do that. Let's get rid of it. Click the little bin button down the bottom here. Goodbye to you. You are gone forever. Saving space. We'll just zoom in here. And in my imported section, it's gone. It's completely gone, yeah? So how do I bring it back? Very easy. Go into your Files app. Here's my Rocket Pro. Here's the new folder. There's the demo project. You can see there it's 238 megabytes. I tap on it and bang, it's back. Saving heaps of space on your iPad, yeah? Super easy. Now I'm using the SSD with USB-C, which is cool. You can do it with a normal hard drive as well, as long as it's got to be USB-C. So that is the one thing. The last thing we're going to look at, it is to do with SSDs as well. I'll just show you too, like, where are we? Oh, I saw Pete's joined. Hello, Pete. You're not starting at 7, are you? I didn't think you were starting. You're starting a bit later, I'm pretty sure. Hope so. Because I thought I'd go a little bit over because there's so much in this today. Right, let's import one of my videos that I removed from my iPad yesterday. Yeah, you can use a hub and a memory stick. You can use a spinning drive. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work with Lightning. I'm pretty sure of that. So don't 100% quote me, but every kind of thing I've seen on it says USB-C only But for exporting it, it could be for exporting it. It could be okay for Lightning, but definitely for the next thing I'm going to show you, it is USB-C. So don't quote me 100%. I don't know everything. Let's go. So these are all my videos that I saved. Oh, cool, Pete. Thanks, mate. So let's bring in a big one. So this is 2 gig. This is my World Divided Metheist video clip. This is, and look how fast this is coming off my SSD back into LumaFusion. It's like for 2 gigabytes, yeah, coming off the SSD. So it's having a little think about it. Remember, this is 2 gig. Boom! Look at that shit, man. Shizzle, manizzle, badizzle. Holy moly. And there it is. There is my World Divided video clip. Like that. So look, saving packages, projects is really good idea to clear space on your iPad or your iPhone. Remember, this works on iPhone as well. So, you know, if you're struggling with space, sort your packages. Now that I think about it, I kind of think you should be able to move stuff over to a hard drive with Lightning. But again, don't quote me. Man, I should have really checked that. And just to show you how easy it is to get rid of these. So now this is taking up more space, right? And you'll see in my imported section, if I get out of here and come back, let's go to imported, you'll notice it's added a new folder in here for World Divided. Yeah, World Divided. So in this folder are all of the images and music that make up this clip down here. So keep this in mind when you're removing stuff. So now I want to remove this back off my iPad. So I'm going to go down here and hit the little delete. And it's gone. But this folder, the folder is still here. So if we go to my photos and then come back to imported, the World Divided master stuff is still sitting in here. So remember that. Just because you delete the project doesn't mean all the files. So how do we get rid of this? Really easy. Holding down on it gives you unable to insert clips. All you do is open the folder, click on the tick, and you get a second option to select all. Select all and hit delete. Delete. And that folder is now gone. The alternative way is you can actually go into the Files app in LumaFusion, which is in your iPad. Let's go to L. Where are you? LumaFusion. And then into into user media, and the folder will be in here. And you can actually select it and remove it from here. So you've got a few ways. But remember, if you're removing it from here, it will not remove from your iPad. It will go into your recently deleted section, where you will then have to go in here and remove it. It'll still be lingering. Just some little hints there to help you out. All right, the piece de resistance. The most amazing part of this, if you have an iPad with a USB-C for LumaFusion, this is an absolute fucking game changer. Trust me on this. All right, we're going to open up this project, and you know what? Let's just let's close this one out. Let's start a brand new project. So we hit the little plus down here, and we'll call it, just for fun, SSD plus. You can now, with LumaFusion, you can import, you can drag files from your SSD and keep it on your SSD, saving space on your iPad, and edit an entire project with a whole bunch of files from your SSD, saving heaps of space, right? And it's incredibly fast, super, super fast. The way to do it is Up the top here, you have options to add sources, right? So again, this is a consistent thing throughout the new LumaFusion, to drag things in that you want, but we don't want that right now. So if I go to, now that we're in, let's do this. So if I go to files, I'll show you that again. So you've got photos, files, imported. If I click on files, you're taken to this page here. Now you can already see my Rocket Pro already still, because I created that folder down here when I saved my project and already assigned it to Rocket Pro New. That's going to be everywhere now on my iPad, but I want something different. So I'm going to click the add link to folder, and we're just going to go with the Rocket Pro and just select that because I know I've got a video in there, and just hit done. So now that's added the entire SSD for me to browse. And now it's asking me to reconnect the drive. Let me sort that out. I know it's there. There it is. And there's a video. What are you doing to me, LumaFusion? Oh, there we go. So it's refreshed now. So now you can see I've got access to all the folders in here, yeah? So there's a whole bunch. And you can see there's a video here. So I can now grab this video and drag it into the timeline. And this is not on my iPad. This is taking it directly from the SSD. So when I hit play, this is a, I think it's, don't think it's 4K. I think it's 1080p, might be even 2K, I think. It's streaming that straight from the SSD. Wonderful stuff. And you can edit it real time. You can do all the same stuff that you would. Right. So then when you, let's show you what happens if you unplug your SSD. I'm not going to do that because it's all kind of connected up a certain way for the show. But I can show you what will happen. So down here in your settings, in your preferences, advanced settings, you'll see down here you've got external drive editing. You may need to turn that on before you can do this. If I turn this off now, it'll say turn off. Yes, I want to turn that off. And now this video should disappear. It should do. I think that's how it worked for me yesterday. Let me just go out of here. We'll go back to my photos. We'll open this project and then we'll open this. Then we'll get out of it. And what happens is, see, I'm unable to show you because I need to actually unplug my device. But what happens is, actually I have to, if you unplug your SSD, the image of this stays here, but it doesn't move. It looks like it's completely dead, right? So if I am scrolling, nothing actually happens. It's like a ghost image. And then to bring it back, you just plug in your SSD and then double tap it, and it pulls it straight back. So it's still there. So you can say you could add like 20 videos from your SSD, and then as soon as you unplug your SSD, can I unplug it? Let's see. I know, because it's too difficult for me to get to. It'll just be dead, and you can't edit it until you plug back in the SSD. Super cool for saving up space. It's incredible. They've done a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. I'll just go in here and turn on the feature again. And yeah, you can do all your editing, you can do all your cropping, everything, and it's all the time streaming straight from the SSD. You can add all of your like effects, contrast, all this kind of stuff. It's amazing. It's truly amazing what they've done here. It's going to save a lot of people a lot of space, and yeah, the speed's amazing too. But it is for people who it's USB-C only. You need to remember that. Sai has 190 gig free. Well done. I've got 120 gig free. I can't believe it. It's the most I've had for ages. But look, this is an amazing feature. All of these features are fantastic. And, you know, I'm sure there's more to come from these guys. The AUV3s are going to be fixed. And that's going to be wonderful. Look, I'll be honest about the AUV3s. I think the most use you're going to be able to get out of them is recording voiceovers, or if you've got spoken stuff, to use the compression and stuff. If you're going to depend on using like compression and EQ for a video clip of like, you know, if I went in here to my I don't have it. If I went in here to this clip I made for Dacia, and in here, so in this clip here, I've got, you know, some text, I've got the photo and the clip down the bottom. If I was like coming in now to do compression and mastering or add effects to this, I think I've got my head screwed around the wrong way, because you really should be doing that in your DAW and not relying on doing it like in here. But the ability to have the flexibility to add things subtly, that's really cool. Hey, if you've got some explosions, if you're using effects from, you know, story blocks, you've got some explosions and you want to add some reverb to it to make it more compounding, or you want to add some bass to it with the EQ, that's really cool, you know, because to add you know, something like a fucking black hole or anything, like to really make an explosion go boom, is really cool. And, you know, I just really hope that they are able to fix it, because as I said earlier in the show, they did try AUV3s before. It didn't work. They pulled it. It looks like they've got it happening better, so they're off to a better start this time, and they have said they understand that it needs to be fixed, and they will be fixing it. I think I have covered pretty much all of the stuff and things. Oh, man. Sorry. This makes me so happy. so happy. So good. I'll tell you another thing too. When you save a project, like I had no idea about this. When you save a project and you've used, because you can import your own text into LumaFusion. If you didn't know that, if you go to like some websites and find some text files, you can actually, we tried it, Pete. We tried it and it works. So Bruce Free works beautifully in it there as well. Thumbs up. There you go. So you can see here in my plugins, there it is. There's Bruce Free sitting right there down the bottom. It's just, you know, there's some issues. So yeah, it just, I mean, I think you need to have a file for it to hear it properly. But yeah, it all works like it should when you hold down. So it's definitely all in there. As I said, Pro Q3, some tone booster stuff, a few of the Bleece apps. Some of them work, some of them don't. Some of them you get this crazy, you know, that crazy image stuff going on. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, with the text, you can import your own text into this as well. So if you didn't know about that, you definitely can do that in when you're editing. So if you add you want to add an overlay, and we go into this overlay, you can actually import your own text files in here. When you save a project, when you go down here and click the LumaFusion project package, not only does it save in your package, in the zip file, the videos, images, music, any effects, it saves any text files that you've imported as well. Really cool. They've really nailed it. I mean, Luma Touch are sick. So if you've been on the fence of getting LumaFusion, get off it. It'll really change the way you make videos. And if you're on the fence about story blocks, do some searches. Your search is your friend. There's, you know, do some finite searches, type strange words in. You'll find some really interesting things in there. Like, you know, car crashes, just amazing sound effects. It's definitely worth the monthly rate, and you can always cancel it if you don't want to pay for a couple of months. Definitely cool. I think Storyblocks is awesome. It adds so much to LumaFusion. I can't praise LumaFusion enough. It is the fucking bomb. Anyway, sorry I've gone over time today. I hope you've got a bit of an understanding more of what's gone on. I do have a playlist of other LumaFusion apps that you can look at with green screens, how I put together my video clips for Metheist and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely is worth $10 a month, even when you're not using it. Because like there's even like for my Kindercore song I just released, the sound effects I put at the start and the ending, I needed some a playground sound, an ambient playground with children. I just went into LumaFusion, found one there, and then I found some wind, and I just exported the audio. Hit down here, audio only, boom. And then I can import that in to my song. So there's so many more uses having story blocks, you know, getting sound effects, getting some music. It is the dog's bollocks, as Joe Glenn has said. Woof, woof. Anyway, thanks guys for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, leave a like. That would be most appreciative. Subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you for the kind people who gave super chats. You're very kind indeed. We've got some cool shows coming up this week, looking at Nembrini, MK Sensation Extra, Extreme, and a new 4 Pockets sideband app. Gonna be really cool. All right, guys. As usual, do what makes you happy, and mistakes make you better, and be good at it. And if you can't, it doesn't matter. It's just another day. See you later. Whoops, wrong music. Bless you, Kevin Hart.